and whereas the US people, so naming like Rutherfordium. So, and means for the same atomic number, two different names are given. So which one we should follow is, so got the confusion whether US people or for the Russian, so got the confusion for this. So, and similar to other elements also happened like this. So they used the scientist names, they used the planets names, they used different people, so of the discover, so scientist people they use it. So to overcome this confusion, there is International Union of Pure Applied Chemistry, IUPAC. So according to this International Union of Pure Applied Chemistry, then only we should write the name or we should give the symbol to the element. According to IUPAC recommendation, we should write the name and we should give the symbol for the element for the clarity and to overcome the confusion. So in the 1984 onwards, so we are using the, so IUPAC nomenclature, we are not using the traditional names, we are not using the scientist names for the elements after 100. Why after 100 means here, so elements after 100, so 100, most of the elements are synthetic elements. After 100 elements, so man-made elements we say synthetic, so they are unstable, they can stay only fractional seconds only, and the small quantities only we can get, so these elements. Because after 100, so many scientists will work in the laboratory, so they spend a lot of time on that, so they will work and they will synthesize the new element. So after 100, that's why scientists so synthesize the new element. So after 100, that's what, so naming will become so important and significant. So 100, so synthetic elements, how these are prepared in the, so laboratory by the principle called nuclear reactions. So nuclear transmutation reactions, by using nuclear reactions, so we'll prepare that. See, the 118 element, 1116 elements were prepared by the nuclear reactions by bombarding with the heavier nucleus with the lighter nucleus. Nuclear transmutation process we say, so obtaining of the new element. So this is the, so new element, so means atomic number after 100 we say. So here there are some rules, and for the naming of these elements some rules we should follow. What are these rules means? And as per the IUPAC, as per the IUPAC nomenclature, so we should write. If the number is, so 1, so if the 1 number means, then we have to use a prefix is un we have to use. If the 0 means, we should use the, so suffix is, so what does it means? Nil.
Nil.
And it is, so every atomic number so ends with what means with the I, U, M is a suffix. So prefixes, so un, and in the root word in the middle, so before the prefix nil we can use IU followed by the IUM is a suffix. For example, if you want to write atomic number 100, un,
Millium.
nil, so un, nil, nilium.
Millium.
So here nilium symbol, what you write the symbol, U is a capital, so N is a U and N. U represent nilium, IUM is a suffix. So 100. If it is 101, so 101 element was mendelevium. So based on the Mendeleev scientist honorary, so 101, how you write means 1 represent nil, so onion. So this is the symbol we'll get for the 101 Mendelevium ka symbol. So U,
and U.
U. First one is a capital, rest of them will be small letters very. And 1 or 2 after the Mendelevium, this element, what is the name of this element? is nobelium. 102 is
Anil by
nobelium. So symbol is nobelium, common name, scientist name. Anil. B means
Yum.
two, means two bium. B-I-U-M. So symbol you will get U-N-B. Anil bium. And if it is 103 is anil trium. Yeah. Anil trium we can write. So this is called Lawrencium element UNT. UNT is a symbol. So Lawrencium is the element. 103 is the means so actinoid element this is. So 104 just now I told 104 is a Rutherfordium. Rutherford scientist. So Anil quadium. Quadium. So quad means 4. So UNQ is the atomic number 104 symbol. 104 symbol Rutherfordium can be named as anilquadium. So 105. So what is the 105 element is? So here is
Anil Pentium.
so
Nil Pentium.
anil
Nil
anil
Pentium.
pentium, anil pentium. So this is the name we say anil pentium. So like that up to 110 we'll write. So 110 is unknown. So nilium is 110. So which is called element is unknown nilium is dermastatium, trondhjenium 11. So and if it is 120, how you write? The atomic number 120 means how do you write?
Unvinilium.
Vanillium.
UBN.
Un
UBN. UBN is a symbol. Unbinilium.
by
Unbinilium, right? So like this we can write. So here the purpose of writing the symbols, purpose of writing the revising the names to overcome the confusion. So raise means confusion. So by the scientist names. Okay, so like this we should write the names of the elements above 100. So 1 means un, so nil means 0, bi means 2, so 7 means septium, so octium, and ennium means so 9. So now the classification of elements based on electronic configuration. So electronic configuration already we learnt. So based on the electronic configuration, so how to classify the elements? So based on this electronic class, so configuration elements have been classified into S block elements number 1, number 2 P block elements, number 3 so D block elements is the classification, and fourth one is F block elements. We can classify the elements. So how many categories we'll get? Elements can be classified into 4 groups. S block elements, P block elements, D block elements, F block elements. On what basis? Based on the electronic configuration. And mainly important, should remember, based on entry of differentiating electron in the outermost subshell. Based on the entry of the differentiating electron in the outermost subshell, this classification is done. So S block elements, if the electron enters into the subshell called S, then if the differentiating electron enters into the subshell S subshell, then the elements are said to be S block elements. So S block elements, how many groups are there? There are two groups, one A group and two AA groups. So what are the 1A groups elements? I will write the 1A group elements. Number 1 is hydrogen. Number 2 lithium. Number 3 sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, francium are the S block elements. And second group is beryllium, magnesium, calcium, barium, radium are the S block elements. So how we can classify them into S block means, so if you write the configuration, hydrogen atomic number 1, its configuration is 1s1, where will be the 1 electron in S subshell. And if you write for the beryllium, so lithium if you write 3, 1s2, 2s1, and sodium 11, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s1, where is the differentiating electron is present? 3s1, 1s1, and if you write potassium 19, so 3p6, 4s1, potassium. Calcium is, rubidium is 4p6, 5s1. 4p6, 5s1 is the configuration of the potassium over rubidium. Where is the differentiating electron is present in the outermost shell?
One.
5s1.
So in the 5s1, and if you take the cesium, in the cesium, where will be the differentiating electron?
6s1.
6s1. So if you observe the electronic configuration, what is the common thing do you observe in these first group elements? What is the common thing do you observe?
ns1.
Similarity.
S.
The outermost subshell, so containing one electron, that one electron in the outermost subshell, what is that? S subshell will have the one electron, that is the combining capacity, that is the valence electron. Since the number of electrons in the outermost shell, how many? Only one. In the outermost shell, how many electrons are present? Only one. Hence, they belong to 1A group. So 1A group or first group we say. And if you see the beryllium electronic configuration, magnesium electronic configuration, calcium, you get 2s2, 3s2, 4s2, 5s2, 6s2, you will be getting the configuration. So where will be the differentiating electron is present? In the S subshell. Hence these elements are called, these two groups are considered as S block elements. The S block elements are positive elements, and these are strong reducing agents. So these are two types: alkali metals, alkaline earth metals. So S block elements are classified into how many types? Two types: alkali metals alkaline earth metals. What is the meaning of alkali? What is the meaning of alkaline? Alkali bases we use sometimes the word, alkaline bases we use. Actually the alkali word meaning, alkali word is derived from the Urdu language. Alkali means what is the meaning of alkali? Alkali means the burnt metal ash.
Corrosive.
Burnt metal ash. When the metal is burned, we'll get the ash. That is metal oxide ash. That metal oxide ash, when it dissolves in the water, it produces a base. It produces a base. So that base is highly soluble in the water. Alkali base is highly soluble in the water, whereas alkaline base is sparingly soluble in the water. That is the difference between alkali and alkaline. Alkali bases are very strong bases. Alkaline bases are very, so compared with the alkali bases, these are weak. So, and these are the first group elements, alkali, second group elements, alkaline earth elements we say. So these are that, so which group means first group and second group. So second group and first group, Roman numbers will come from the valency electrons. How we give the Roman number 1 and 2 based on the electrons present in the outermost shell. How many electrons present in the outermost shell of lithium and sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, francium? Only 1. How many? So outermost number of electrons in the outermost shell, electrons in the beryllium, magnesium, calcium, barium, strontium. Strontium is also there here. Strontium means, so 2 electrons. That 2 electrons in the S subshell. See, electron can be described by the 4 quantum numbers. So, based on the quantum numbers also, we can describe the electrons. Now, so here, S block elements, this is about S block elements, we say. Now, second group, so P block elements. P block elements, general electronic configuration is, outermost electronic configuration, NS2, NP, so 6 means 1 to 6. P block elements, general outermost electronic configuration I wrote. General outermost electronic configuration, so where N is equal to 2, 2s2, 2p1. 2s2, 2p1. This is the outermost electronic configuration of which elements? Can anybody will tell? Two s2, 2p1. Where will be the differentiating electron? In which subshell?
P.
So
It is
then
boron
the
and
P
it will
block
be
elements will start. So which group will start? Third A group. How many valence electrons?
3.
See, I wrote on the board 2s2 2p1 is general outermost electronic configuration I wrote. And from that, where will be the differentiating electron, ultimate electron in the P subshell? Then that group of elements are said to be P block. So here the P block elements. So here the P, what are the P block elements means? If the differentiating electron enters into P subshell, if the differentiating electron enters into the P subshell, then such elements are called P block elements. Such elements are called P block elements. Okay, so P block elements. So what are the P block elements? NS2, NP1, one group. NS2, NP2. NP2 is second group. NS2, NP3 is next group. NS2, NP4. Next group. NS2, NP5 and NS2, Np6. So we can classify the p block elements into how many groups? So third A group, fourth A group, fifth A group, sixth A group, seventh A group, zero group. P block elements. So how I am classifying these elements, on what basis? Entry of the differentiating electron into the p subshell. Into the p subshell, I am giving the classification. So these are third A group elements. What are the third A group elements? Can you guess? Third A group elements?
Boron family.
Boron family. So 2s2, 2p1. Which element having the 2s2, 2p1 configuration? Outermost?
Boron.
Boron. Very good. After 3s2, 3p1.
Aluminium.
Aluminum.
4s2, 4s2, 4p1.
Gallium.
Gallium. 5s2, 5p1.
Indium.
Indium. See, now tell me what is the valency of these elements? Boron, aluminum, gallium, indium, thallium.
3.
Valency.
3.
3.
So 3. So they belong to third group. Third group we say boron, aluminum, gallium, indium, thallium belong to the third group elements. Third A group, not B group, third A group. So next, fourth A, NH2 Np2. Where NH2 Np2 N value? You should take 2s2, 2p2. After boron, next element is
Carbon.
carbon, silicon, germanium. After germanium,
Tin. Sn.
tin is there. So carbon 1 and 2s2, 2p2, silicon 3s2, 3p2. Tell me the valency of these elements. Carbon family valency how much?
4.
So there are 4 electrons in the outermost shell. NH2, Np2, 4 electrons are present. Their combining capacity 4. Valency also 4 we say. Fourth group, carbon family. And NH2, Np3, 5A, Roman letter 5A, fifth A group. Fifth A group elements, what are those? Nitrogen,
Nicogen.
phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, bismuth. After that 115. So 3s2, 2s2, 2p3. How many valence electrons are present in this?
5.
But what is the
5.
combining capacity? Combining capacity
So both 3 and 5.
3 and 5, because for example nitrogen will form NH3, NCl5 like that. So valencies, variable valencies also, and these elements are called nicogens. Nicogens. So already I told the meaning of the nicogens, and NH2NP5, chalcogens. These are 6th A group elements are called chalcogen. 2s2, 2p4. Number of valence electrons how many? 6.
2.
Valence electrons
6.
but valency
6.
2. Valency 2. So because oxygen valency 2, sulfur valency 2, selenium valency 2, tellurium, polonium, but sulfur exhibit the variable valencies. Selenium exhibit the variable valencies because they have the D subshell, where oxygen, its valency is fixed only 2. Remember, oxygen valency is only fixed 1, 2, but whereas the sulfur is, apart from the 2, sulfur can exhibit variable valency 3, 6 also, because sulfur has the empty D shell. That is the reason. Sixth A group elements are called chalcogens. What is that?
Chalcogen.
What is the meaning of chalcogen?
Suffocating.
Mineral forming. Mineral forming. So,
Yes, sir.
if you see the example, Cu2S is a mineral, FeS is a mineral, ZnS is a mineral, and FeO is a mineral, and Al2O3 is a mineral, and in this, oxide ores are there, sulfide ores are there, majority of the mineral ores, sulfide oxides, mostly oxides. So oxygen will form oxides, sulfur will form sulfides, ores, hence these elements are called chalcogens, mineral forming elements, mineral producing elements. Chalco means mineral, gen means producing, mineral producing elements. Okay, so after this chalcogens, p block elements. Next, the differentiating electrons enters into the p5, ns2, 2s2, 2p5. Whose electronic configuration is this one? 2s2, 2p5.
Fluorine.
Fluorine. Most reactive elements in the periodic table. More reactive elements in the periodic table are present where means in the seventh A group. These are called halogens.
Halogens.
Halogens. What is the meaning of halogens?
Salt forming.
Salt forming is halogens. We say fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, astatine. Except astatine, iodine. Three are gases. Fluorine is a gas, chlorine is a gas, bromine is a liquid gas, liquid at the room temperature, iodine is a solid at the room temperature, astatine is a solid, we say. And how many valence electrons are present in these elements?
7.
7.
What is the combining capacity of these elements?
1.
1 and 10.
1.
Oxidation state is -1 or +1?
-1.
Minus
Minus
1.
What does the -1 represent? Gaining or losing?
Gaining.
Gaining.
Are these oxidizing agents or reducing agents?
Oxidizing agent.
These are strong oxidizing agents. Very important one. So, 7th A group elements are called strong oxidizing agents, we say. Strong reducing agents?
A block.
Alkali.
Alkaline or strong reducing agents, and these are strong oxidizing agents. Fifth, see, if you want to mention, 7th A group, you have to mention the A, 7th A. Subgroup, if you want to mention, means A. Or else, you can tell like this 17th group also. If you want to mention, because the total number of groups are many? 18. So, which is the 17th one is? Halogens is the 17th one. Or if you want to mention separate main and subgroup, 7A or 7B like that. If you want to tell the 7 group means 7A you have to mention according to IUPAC nomenclature. So two systems we have to use. So you can tell the groups 1 to 18, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up to 18 you should call. So in that need not to mention A and B. So you can use like that also. As per the IUPAC recommendation, you can use, if you want to specify the fluorine family, 7A you have to mention. If you want to mention 7, so 7 you should not mention along with the 7A, 7B you have to mention along with that. Is it clear everyone? And for the, last P block category is noble gases. That is not 8th A. There is no 8th A, there is no 8th B in the periodic table. There is no 8th A, there is no 8th B, but there is 8th group is there, transition group. Is it clear everyone? There is no 8th A, 8th B in the modern periodic table. So last group is what we say means 0 group, P block is a 0 group, valence electrons how many? 8, but combining capacity how much? 0, combining capacity 0, these are noble gases. Outermost shell completely filled. Outermost P subshell is completely filled. So combining capacity is 0. Noble gases. So these are unreactive. That's why this comes under P block, but because of their reactivity nature, they are studied in separate. Noble gases studied in separate. They are said to be inert gases. They are said to be rare gases. We say they are unreactive. Their shell is completely filled. Their outermost shell is completely filled. We say. Okay, so that's about noble gas elements, P block element. So the elements in which the differentiating electron. So if the differentiating electron enters into the P subshell, such elements are called P block elements, we say. P block elements are present in the periodic table right side. S block elements are present in the left side of the periodic table. Is it clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Left side of the periodic table, S block. Right side of the periodic table, P block. Starting elements, alkali. Ending elements, noble gases. Between them, between the S block and P block, which elements are present?
D
Transition.
block.
See, I wrote the electronic configuration on the board, only outermost one only. Is it clear, everyone? Only the outermost electronic configuration I wrote. Complete electronic configuration I didn't write. So general outermost electronic configuration, on that basis only I wrote. And so in the periodic table, between the S block, between the P block, there are, so how many? 40 elements are present. 40. 3D series, 4D series, 5D series, and 6D series of elements. These 40 elements are purely metals and radioactive elements. So how many? Between S block and P block, there are D block elements are present. These elements are called transition elements. What is the reason why these elements are called transition elements? What could be the reason?
Variable valence.
Number one, they have variable valencies, very good. Number two, variable oxidation states. Oxidation states are variable. Number one. Number two, they can form metal complex compounds. They can form metal complex compounds. They have variable colors. They have variable properties like magnetism, electrical conductivity, thermal conductivity. So they show many properties they can show. And most of these metals are strong and hard metals, we say. Okay, so variable oxidation states, so transition metals, we say. How many elements are these? What is the general outermost electronic configuration of these elements? What are D block elements? Number one, what are D block elements? If the differentiating electron enters into which subshell?
D.
D subshell.
D subshell. D subshell, then such elements are said to be D block elements. How many D block elements are there? There are 10 3D series of elements, starting from scandium to zinc. Between scandium to, from scandium to zinc, how many elements? 3D series elements? You'll be get 10 elements. And from the 4D series, so then yttrium to cadmium, how many elements? There are 10 elements. 5D series, so lanthanum to mercury, how many elements? 10 elements you'll be getting. So 6D series, of course 6D series unstable. Then you can take actinium 2, 1, 1. So how much you'll be taking? 1, 1, 2, right? So 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 0. So here elements, how many will be getting? 10 elements will be getting. Zinc up to cadmium, unknown barium, unknown barium 2, unknown barium. So 1, 1, 2. Total number of elements, how many? 40 elements that comes under D blocks elements. What is the general outermost electronic configuration of D block elements? The general outermost electronic configuration is n minus 1 D n square ns2, where n is equal to principal quantum number equal to how much? Principal quantum number equal to 4. Now substitute the 4 value here. 4 minus 1 D, how much you will be getting? How much you will be getting? 3D 1 to 3D 1 to 10, 1 to 10, 4s2. What is the general outermost electronic configuration of D block elements?
N minus 1 D 1 to 10 and N 1 to 2.
Yes, the n is equal to should take how much? 4. N is equal to 4, then you'll get 3D 1 to 10, so 4s2. So now here D block elements classified into 3D series, 4D series like that. Now 3D series elements 3D1, 4s2. This configuration belongs to which element? Before argon I am writing. Before argon I am writing argon 3D1, 4s2 belong to which element electronic configuration?
Scandium.
Scandium. Argon, so 3D2, 4s2 belong to?
Right.
Argon is 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Titanium.
Titanium.
Argon 3D, 3, 4s2.
Vanadium.
Vanadium. Argon 3D, 4, 4s2. Is it right?
3D5. It should be 3D5.
3D5, 4s1 is a chromium stable element. You can write 3D6, 4, 3D5, 4s2. Manganese 3D6, 4s2. Iron 3D7, 4s3, 4s2. Cobalt 3D8, 4s2. Nickel. So 3D9, sorry, 3D10, 4s1. Copper 3D10, 4s2. Completely filled. Zinc. I wrote 3D series elements outermost electronic configuration. 3D series elements outermost electronic configuration I wrote. So before that outermost electronic configuration, better to represent argon, noble gas element. Then it becomes complete electronic configuration also. Okay, thank you everyone. So have you marked the attendance?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes.
Sir.
So thank you all.